Hey guys, welcome back once again to Niagara Fire Corals. Today we're going to start cycling the Nano tank. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you get updated when I release new videos, and come along for the ride and let's start cycling this tank. Okay guys, so before we get into what is cycling a saltwater tank, there are a few things that are an absolute must that you're going to need in order to cycle your tank, and we'll go over a couple of those things now. But the first thing and the most important things are you're going to need a few testing kits. You're going to absolutely need an ammonia testing kit, a nitrite testing kit, and a nitrate testing kit. I use the ones by Salifert. You can choose any ones you'd like to use, but the Salifert ones work great. One other thing that you guys are gonna need that's pretty well an absolute must right from the word go is some type of refractometer. You're gonna need this so you can make sure that your salinity of your tank is in the appropriate range and that everything's in check for the cycle process to take place. Okay, so what exactly is cycling a tank? Before I get into that, I just want to start out by saying, obviously there's several different methods that you can use to cycle a saltwater aquarium. However, I am going to be covering the fishless cycle. Guys, just don't do it. Don't cycle your saltwater tank using fish. It's extremely dangerous for them. When you're going through the process, the ammonia spikes and the nitrite spikes are very toxic to fish. If they do happen to survive it, which they most likely won't, but if they do happen to survive it, there's a very good likelihood that they will experience damage to their gills. So just don't do it, guys. We're going to go over here cycling the tank with a fishless method, and we'll get into that now. So what is cycling your saltwater tank? It's a necessary process to keep your marine life happy, healthy, and alive. And there's a number of products on the market today that I'll go over that can help speed up the cycling process. But this could be completed in a few days and can take as long as several weeks. Okay, so we have our tank, we have our freshly mixed salt water in the tank, and we're ready to start cycling. So how do we do that? We have to start with some type of organic waste. This organic waste is going to be an ammonia source. That's what I used, and that's how I'm going to talk about cycling the tank today. Okay guys, so as you can see by this diagram here, organic waste would be fish waste. You could put food in there and wait for it to decompose. There's any number of ways to add that, or you can just simply skip that and add pure ammonia to the system and get your cycle started. From there, your system is going to start creating bacteria. That bacteria is going to convert that ammonia into nitrites, which is much less toxic for fish than ammonia is. And from there, you're going to create more bacteria that will convert the nitrites into nitrate. Okay, so starting your cycle, you're going to need some type of ammonia source. Here's a couple that I'm going to put up now so you guys can see some availabilities that are out there on the market. These could substantially speed up the process and help get you through the cycle quicker. I'm also going to put up some availabilities of some live bacteria that you can do. Okay, so do we need these products in order to cycle our tanks? Absolutely not. You don't have to have these products. They will help speed up the process, but you can just put a little bit of frozen food, a little bit of fish food in your tank, and as that breaks down, it will start the process just the same as those products will. It just may take a little bit longer. Length of time shouldn't matter here though. As we all know, reef tanks, reef keeping, it is going to test your patience to the max. Nothing in this hobby happens quickly, and if you can't wait out something as simple as the cycling process, moving forward in this hobby is going to be extremely difficult for you. So choose your poison, whichever way you want to do it. You can buy these products and speed up the process, or you can simply put some fish food in your tank, and as it decomposes and breaks down, it'll do it all the same. Now in my case with my system, I kind of was able to give mine a bump start because if you remember from the previous video, I used live sand that I purchased, which is full of bacteria, and I also use Aquaforce probiotic salt, which that is it's a big booster for your bacterial load in the tank as well. So that kind of gave my cycle a jump start. But either way, any way you choose to go to get this started, it all works. From there, once that starts breaking down and you're reading ammonia levels on your test kit, the Sulfur test kit that I mentioned earlier in this video, you will continue to dose your ammonia or your fish food or whatever you choose to do. Continue doing that daily until you see nitrites showing up on that test kit. Once you see the nitrites showing up on the test kit, you know that your cycle is moving along. Of course, once the nitrites show up, you can start reducing how much you're either feeding or how much ammonia you're putting in the tank. If you're using an ammonia source, it's only about 3 to 5 drops a day per 10 gallons of water. So it's very, very little you're putting in there. From there, we're going to be looking for nitrates to start showing up. Once you start testing for nitrates and you are getting a reading on your nitrate test kit, your cycle is pretty well complete. You will see over the next few days that your ammonia level will go down to 0, followed by the nitrites returning to 0, and then your nitrates should be near 0 as well. From here, you are off to the races. Your tank is cycled, but that process, like I said earlier, could take from a few days to several weeks. It just all depends on how quickly the bacteria grows in your tank and gets going. Once you have the nitrate reading in your tank, another surefire sign that your cycle is completed is you will begin to see what's called the ugly stage of the cycling process. The first visual signs of life, which will be a diatom bloom, is likely to start happening, and that will be followed by what they call the ugly green stage, which you will see a lot of green type algae could possibly start growing. Most of the time it's just a film on the rock, but you can get into hair algae and everything else if you have higher nitrates, so you want to make sure you keep them down. But if you wait all this out and you've introduced your cleanup crew, your snails, maybe some hermit crabs and things like that, once you see the diatoms, they will hopefully keep up with it. You wait it out and you will be rewarded with your purple coralline algae that'll start growing and making that rock turn that beautiful purple color and pink colors that we're all looking for in our reef tanks. Okay guys, so as you can see here, this is the 20-gallon Nano tank, and this is day 6. I didn't bother taking any content or footage days 1 through 5 because nothing was really happening. But as you'll be able to see here, there's a little bit of diatoms starting in the back. But moving on to day 7, you can clearly see, I'm going to zoom in here, there's some diatoms there that are starting to grow, and there's a few other spots throughout the tank I try to zoom in on here that you guys can see. So this is the diatom bloom starting to happen. This is day 7. Again, it happened a little quicker for me because I used the live sand and I used the probiotic salt from Aqua Forest. But there's definitely some diatoms showing up in the tank, and there's a little bit more right there. And that is a surefire sign that your bacteria is doing its job and the tank is fairly cycled and you're good to go. So look in here, I took some tests right after doing that video, and the vial on the right is my ammonia, which is 0. That is clear. And the vial on the left, you can see, has a slight tinge of a purple hue to it. That is my nitrates. So I am getting detectable nitrates in my system now, which again is another surefire sign that the tank has cycled, and I can start adding things to the tank very slowly so not to overwhelm the bacteria, the nutrifying bacteria, and not to create any spikes in the tank by doing so. So the first thing I was going to add to the tank is some pods. Luckily for me, I have the other systems here, so I just took a bunch of frags out of my frag system. I gave them a little shake in a cup and took the frags, put them back in my frag system, which left behind, as you can see here, lots of nice pods that I am going to introduce in the tank, along with 1 or 2 snails. And we'll leave that as it is for a few days, and we'll continue to do our testing and see how things go from there. Okay, so what I'm going to do from here is I'll just put up some screenshots of the 20-gallon Nano days 5 through 12, 13, 14, whatever I get up to before this video has to release. And you guys will be able to see the progress of the diatom bloom and the cycle of the tank. And that'll be it for today and this video. Hopefully this helps you guys in cycling your systems. But moving forward, episode number 4, we are going to start looking at what type of coral and fish we're going to put in this tank. Hopefully I will have a couple of clownfish to go in there very soon. But let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think I should put in this tank. I have my own ideas. I was seriously thinking I was just going to do gonoporas, acans, and scolies. But I'm open to suggestions. If there's anything you guys think I should put in this tank, let me know. Well, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, comment below, and until the next time, take care and happy reefing.